We're here at 412 Silver Chase to give you a progress update on the rehab. So as you can see, they are well underway with the painting. The first thing we did, of course, was the foundation. That's always the first thing you have to do whenever there's a house that needs foundation repair. But because of the foundation work that's done, walls, floors, shifts, so sometimes you have to do some floor work, but you definitely have to do wall repair. And as we go throughout, you're going to notice that there's a good amount of cracks that they're in the progress of repairing, and this is super important. When you're selling a house for around $1 million, you want to make sure that everything looks pristine. You don't want a single crack, but to repair the crack, you have to mud over the cracks, and then you have to retexture and paint everything so it looks like the cracks were never there to begin with. That takes skill, and that's why we get excellent painters and subs to work these jobs for us. So here in the kitchen, one thing you'll notice, and I think I alluded to this on the first video, is the cabinets and drawers do not have any hardware on them, which boggles the mind, right? This is when it was built, this property was about $650,000, 5,500 square feet, and no hardware, not only on the kitchen cabinets, but also in the bathroom cabinets. So that's something we're going to correct. It not only functional, but it adds a nice design, decorative element to it that feels like you need to have a finished product. So that is definitely a priority for us. So we're going to go to the primary suite where the majority of the work is going to be done. Thankfully, the foundation work didn't affect any of the flooring. And in fact, in here in the primary suite, originally they called for piers, interior piers, which meant we would have to tear up all this flooring. Luckily, the structural engineer came back and assessed everything and found out that we only needed exterior piers, meaning that we didn't have to tear up the carpet, jackhammer up the floor, and do a whole lot more work here on the flooring. So this gets to stay. As we come into the main part of it, here's where we can see some cracks. And you can see a lot of the blue tape where they're going to be working. There's a big crack down there, and up around the doorway, there are these big cracks that they're going to be working on today. And again, it's super important to get all this stuff like it never happened. And it takes an artistic touch. It takes some skill to make that happen, but it is absolutely necessary, not even on a house that you plan on selling, but for your own peace of mind. I know that during the construction we're having on our house, some cracks appeared, and I want those gone. I don't want to have to be reminded of the foundation or construction, anything on a house after it's happened. So you got to get those smoothed over. So here in the primary bath, all this flooring is going to be gone. This giant garden tub, which who thought this was a good idea to begin with, to put this thing right here in front of the shower? It seems very odd placement to me. This is going to be demoed. We're going to be replacing it with a much smaller profile freestanding tub, keeping the traditional elements of the decor of the home, but modernizing it just a little more on the contemporary side of this big garden tub. The tile surround is all going to be replaced. All of the tile in the shower is going to be replaced. In fact, let's go ahead and come in here. So it's a good sized walk-in shower, but just very tired decor in my opinion. This is the same tile as was on the wall, so we're going to be demoing all of this, updating it, and replacing the fixtures, and just making this much more updated bathroom that buyers these days are going to appreciate the decor of better. You can see again, the hardware missing here on the bathroom cabinetry. I have no idea why a builder would decide to make that design choice, or lack thereof, but we are going to correct that among many other things. So some basic fixtures throughout, especially the living room ceiling fan. We're going to go with a huge statement piece ceiling fan in the living room, and we're going to take this house from 2020 to 2024 and make sure it appeals to what buyers are interested in right now in this market. So follow, subscribe for more content here. I'm going to be providing more update videos as the rehab progresses. This isn't a large rehab project in the grand scheme of things in terms of the scope of work, especially if you followed our previous projects. This is a lot smaller and the turnaround time frame is going to be a lot quicker. We should actually be done completely in about a month, meaning a late January to early February listing date, which hopefully time will tell should be a good time in the market as interest rates are continuing to come down. So can't wait to show you what progress looks like next time.